Okay, so previously I've talked about how you can listen back to songs that you like and try and play along with them in order to incorporate techniques that you like in a genre into your own writing. And I thought I could spend more time going into techniques that you could use in order to speed up the process of learning songs by ear specifically. So I'm going to attempt to do that today fairly rapidly. And we're going to start by talking about some techniques that you should get out of the way before you even attempt to learn a song, like ear training. Ear training is really important. You want to make sure that you know whether a note is higher or lower. You could have an idea of the distance between two notes. And then once you've got that down, less than a technique, I guess it's more of an item that you need is some kind of playback device, and ideally something that allows you to vary the speed of playback. A DAW on a computer, Audacity is free. That's definitely an option. If you don't have a computer, you can maybe get like a variable speed cassette deck and record into it and then try and play it back slower. I'm not sure how easy that would be, but there probably are other options. So the song that we're going to listen to today and attempt to learn is 40-Hour Suit by Train Breaks Down. It only has one guitar part, fortunately, but if it had two guitar parts and I was only trying to learn one, what I would do is take the system preferences of my computer and put the sound output all the way to the right or the left so that I could only hear one guitar in the playback. You could probably do the same with a cassette deck if you had that setup going. And this song is just like fairly easy to learn. It's pretty fast, I guess, but it's not terribly complicated. I listened to it a little bit and tried for a second just to make sure that I could, but I'm going into it pretty dry. The first thing I'm going to do is try and hear if I can hear an open string being played so that we can figure out what tuning we're in. Just listen to it for a second. I got it at 3/4 speed. That's a little sharp, but it's close. That's our A string. So I think it's probably G sharp. So I optimistically tuned to drop D standard, and I think it's probably drop C sharp. Okay, we're roughly in range. Let's go back to listening to it. Okay, so we've got, I mean, you can tell that's bent, right? So right off the bat, we got yeah, there's some slides in there that I wasn't totally doing, but you could tell that I was sort of first trying to figure out where the roots were that were being played, and then you can tell this is kind of like a picked out chord situation. So we're going from here. So that's kind of our general progression through this opening riff. I just went through note by note, and I prioritized the root, and then I sort of tried to suss out what the upper voicings were doing. Move on to the next section. I think that's just a picked out major chord. Just now we've got 10, 9, 7, 7, 8. It's very country. So yeah, we got this. This next riff is similar to the first riff, right? It's using essentially the same structure, but it's a little bit more lively. It's following the drums coming in. So yeah, we got our, which is very similar to our, and then we got our, which is very similar to our. So we're kind of repeating motifs, right? We're getting a little bit more complex with it, and then something along those lines. I want to listen to it back. I want to listen to it back faster. one is just those two strings. Sounds like it might just be two strings. All right, so let's move on to the next section. I don't know if I'm going to get the whole way through this. All right, so my suspicion is that this is two chords. I think it's... So those are the first three sections of the song, and that section repeats for a while. I don't think I'm going to go into too much more of this, but you kind of get the idea, right? You want to pay attention to what the roots are, if you can, and piece that apart from the upper voices. These are all chord figures we got, That last one's pretty tasty, but it's overall like pretty simple stuff. The real trick is to play it at speed. Just take some practice. I'll try and practice it and see if I can fully cover it and do a transcription for you.